Welcome to learning in your PJs, or your exercise clothes, or your comfy clothes, or whatever you have with Miss D. We're going to work on another math skill today, and that skill is called perimeter. And that's when you take a shape like this, a shape with straight edges, and we're going to figure out the length of each side, add them all together, and that's perimeter. We use perimeter when we're trying to figure out if we want to put a fence around something, how much material would we need? Or if we want to put tape or ribbon around something, how much tape or ribbon would we need? So those are two examples of how we use perimeter in real life. Figuring out a shape's perimeter is very easy to do. Once you have the measurements of each side of the shape, all you have to do is add them all together, and that's it. Now, sometimes the measurements are already there for you, like maybe on your math worksheet or in your book, they're already written down there for you. But sometimes they're not. And if that's the case, we're going to need, where did I put it? A ruler. We use rulers to measure the sides of each side of the shape, and that's going to tell us how long it is. And once we figure out the exact measurements of all the sides of a shape, we add them all together, and that's how you get perimeter.
Let's do it! We're going to learn perimeter today. We're going to start with this top row of shapes that already have the measurements written down for you. We're going to write the perimeter on these empty lines. Later on, we'll move down to the middle section here. We've got shapes, but they do have the measurements, also with a label like centimeters and inches. Once we reach the squiggly line, we've got two more shapes, but there's no measurements there. We'll have to use our ruler. Where is it? There it is. To figure out the measurements ourselves, and then we'll write down the perimeter on the lines. Let's get started. Here's our first one. Remember, perimeter is just adding up the measurements of each side of the shape. Okay, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's easy enough. We can do that. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 more is 9. 9 plus 3 more is 12. Let's double check our work to make sure we did it right. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 3 plus 3 is 6 again. 6 plus 6 is 12. Yeah, we did it. Now, if you're really good at multiplication, this is a great way to use that skill. I've got the number 3 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know how to multiply 3 times 4, there is your answer, 12. Here's our next shape. We've got a triangle this time, and each side of the triangle measures 2 units. Okay, here we go. 2 plus 2 plus 2. We can do that. 2 plus 2 more is 4. 4 plus 2 more is 6. If you know how to multiply 2 times 3, because I have 2 3 times, it's going to be 6. You can count by 2s. 2, 4, 6. There it is. There you have it. The perimeter of the shape is 6. All right, we've got another one. This time we've got a shape with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, which means we need to add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 measurements here. Okay, we've got a 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Let's make sure I did it right by double checking our work. Okay, got 1 plus 1 is 2, and 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 more is 14. Yeah, we did it. There we go. We can also do it this way. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Lots of different ways you can add it up, but there you have it. Let's go on to our middle section here. We're going to do the very same thing, just adding all of these sides of our shape together. This time we're going to need to add the label. And we've got centimeters this time. That's what that little cm means. This side is 6 centimeters, this side is 3. And there's kind of like mirror images or like partners. This long side is going to equal this long side too. See how they're partners? 6 and 6 like twins. And these short sides are 3 and 3 like twins. That's a true rectangle right there. Let's add them up. 6 plus 3 is 9, and 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18, but let's double check our work. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 3 more is 18. We did it. But we can't just move on to the next one. We forgot something. See how each of these numbers has the label centimeters? That means the answer should too. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 18 centimeters. Moving right along, we've got a triangle this time. And our measurements are in inches this time. That's why you see these little IN everywhere. Inches, inches, inches. All right, let's add them up and find our perimeter. 4 plus 8 is 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18 inches. Don't forget that label. Let's make sure I did it right. Let's try counting another way. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 8. Oh yeah, 18 again. We did it. The perimeter of this triangle is 18 inches. We've made it to the squiggly line. This time I've got two nice big shapes here, but it's up to us to find out the measurements of each side. So we're going to use our ruler. Let's do one at a time. Here we go. To measure something with a ruler, you put the edge of the ruler up to the edge of the shape, just like that. And this looks like this edge of the rectangle here is 1 inch. 1 inch. And if this is a true rectangle, which it is, that means this side is going to be the same as this side, so I can make a shortcut. Don't even have to measure this side. I know it's going to be 1 inch. Okay, let's do the longer sides now. I'm going to tilt my ruler like this, line up my ruler to the edge of my shape. We'll make it nice and straight. Okay, looks like this long side of the rectangle is going to be 3 inches. And that means it's the same thing over here. All right, we've got our measurements. Now it's time to figure out the perimeter, adding up all these sides. 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8. Don't forget that label, inches. To double check my work, I'm going to count it one more time, adding in a different way. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 more is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Yes, we did it. One more way to triple check our work. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. We did it. Moving right along, our last shape. Let's find the perimeter of this guy. Let's get our ruler back. Going to do, let's see, this side first. Let's measure up. Line up the edge of our ruler to the edge of the shape. Okay, great. Oops, let me get my pencil here. This looks like 3 inches. Great. 3 inches. Now let's work on this side. Put the edge of your ruler up to the edge of your shape. There we go. Also 3 inches. And now let's do the long side. Okay, I'm going to tilt it like this. Lining up the edge of the ruler to the corner of my triangle here. Ooh, this one's 4 inches. Great. Okay, we've got all of our sides of the triangle measured. To find the perimeter, we just have to add them together. 3 plus 4 plus 3. We can do this. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 inches. Let's make sure we did it right by double checking our work. 3 plus 4, I'm going to add this way now. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Yes, we did it. And that, my friends, is a basic lesson on perimeter. Simply adding the measurements of each side of a shape together, and your answer is your perimeter.